every day.
I'm a mom. I have 4 kids, 3 stepkids, and I have an 8-year-old son of my own.
A picture can say 1,000 words, and Soraya Cartwright now shares thousands upon thousands of memories with the world.
After I left corporate America, you know, working 80-plus hours a week, there was a lot of things I wanted to do. As a mom, I didn't get to do.
She left a high-powered position and decided to make something out of her passion for pictures, and that was the start of a sweeter life. She now calls the shots, and her photo book company is called Life Suite.
It's a niche market, and also no one out there has done. So it's been definitely, I've had my challenges and my failures and my successes over the past few years, but it's been incredible trying to do something that you're very, very passionate about.
In addition to her business,
very involved in my son's school, as well as trying to manage the home and business, but also be involved in his education as much as I can. After I put that part of my life aside, I made a decision that, you know what, being a mom is the most important job I have. Everything else comes second.
And Soraya Cartwright, the owner of Life Suite, joins us now live in studio. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
Let's start with, I think it's so fascinating. I mean, you had a high-powered job in corporate America, and you decided, was it that you decided you didn't have enough time with your family? Is that what made you, you know, make the switch? And how did you come up with Life Suite?
Well, I always will be grateful for my corporate life and the experiences, the opportunities, and the people that I work with. Awesome experience. But once that was behind me, it's like, what do I do? I wanted to do something different. I wanted to take those skill sets and what I learned and make a difference and do something different than what I was doing. I had a small child at that time, and I was crazy about taking a ton of pictures. By the time he was, I think, 2.5 years old, I had 9,000.
Wow. And you think, what do I do with all these pictures?
You and every other mom that goes, okay, what do I do with all these pictures?
I mean, we actually remodeled our kitchen, and I got rid of my pantry and my kitchen, which probably would freak out a lot of women out there, to put my photo albums.
Wow.
But within a matter of 6 months, it got filled. So I'm like, now what? Now what do I do? So I looked for a lot of options out there, and there wasn't any, and so I saw a need. I saw a need that with digital camera, we can snap a lot of pictures, but not print them.
Right.
And
we all do that,
I have the tendency to store them on the computer, and I really wasn't one of those people that wanted to sit down and take time away from family to do scrapbooking, or to go sit by a kiosk and take the red eye myself, or have my own pictures.
I mean, it's
or, you know, do my own book sitting there. I'm like, there's got to be somebody out there that can do that for people like us.
It'd be fun to do if you had loads of time, but
we
lots
busy
of
moms don't.
have no time.
Okay, so we know you do a lot. We know you're busy, and we know you take care of your family and all of that as well. So what tips do you have for other women who are trying to balance their lives with professional and volunteer and kids? What would you say to them?
I think over the years I've learned there are 3 things that would help me to balance and stay centered. The first one is, do not sweat the small stuff.
Okay, like what?
Small stuff, like somebody talked behind your back, or you may think somebody doesn't like you, or a friend did something, didn't invite you, or
let it go.
And you just
spend your life worrying about that.
Or your husband did something that really annoyed you. It's like, so what?
Yeah, you know what? I say it all the time. I go, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Too busy. Too busy.
I've just learned that, you know, be kind and nice. Especially as soon as I had a child, I knew that I have to set a good example for him.
Changes everything, huh?
It changes everything. So I decided that small stuff just doesn't matter. You just blow it off.
And I like this next one that you told me, that you're aware when your frequency gets negative.
Yes.
What do you mean by that? And we all have those negative tendencies.
Because I think a lot of times we create our own stress, but we don't know, we don't realize that we are, and we're very, and then these negative thoughts takes over us. And we go in that pattern for hours or sometimes days. So I have learned that I have to deliberately take myself out of it.
And how do you do that?
And I do it by saying, okay, I can see that I'm in this mode of like nothing's going right, nothing's working, and just negative. I'm going to find something nice to do for somebody really quick. It could be just buying you a latte. It could be walking in somewhere and just bringing you a salad or anything you don't expect. It's not your birthday. It's not your anniversary.
So
it's not
by
anything.
doing something for somebody else, you're saying it makes you feel better.
Yeah. I get in the mode of
idea.
serving and becoming a servant, and when I see the smile on people's face, I forget what I was
That's
doing.
a great idea. Identify that negative energy, though, and you're able to do that, and we all have to be
but you know when you're in a funk. I always go, I'm kind of in a funk.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it's hard to snap out of it.
Don't expect somebody else to snap you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you got to teach your children how do you snap out of stuff like this.
Yeah,
because you don't want them to go through this.
Next time you're in a funk, I'm going to go, Libby, go buy me a latte.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to go, no, I'm in the funk. You buy me one.
I will make you feel better. I promise.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or I go shopping, and a lot of people, when they're stressed, they go shop for themselves. I go shop for someone else.
That's great. Terrific advice.
I'm going to find something that you don't expect, because when you don't expect it and you receive a gift, it's the best.
Yeah,
for me, it's the best.
Now, and I think this is interesting, too, because a lot of women say, you know, their advice is take time for yourself. You know, go play tennis, do whatever, you know, go on girls' trips. But you don't necessarily agree with that.
No, I don't. I think when Natalie said, tell us about Soraya, my first thing was, I'm a mom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my first role in life, and that's the one I need to do really well, no matter what my career is, what my business is, where I volunteer my time, how involved I am in the community. I don't think it matters. I think the most important thing is, am I doing that job right?
And it's not only the most important job, but I find myself, I'm away from my kids so much that if I have free time, that's where I want to be. That's where I want to be.
I think my number 3 tips was to take care of yourself, because I think it is important to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, because I'm trying to tell my son that all the time for 8 years. And I think it's important to stay healthy, you know, whether that's you want to walk or work out. But taking time to myself to go away from my family is like, that's so overrated in my opinion. Yeah. I enjoy being a mom.
Don't they just make you feel so good?
people that make me feel bad about that.
But you know what? I do think it's different. I think that if your job is at home, you're a stay-at-home mom, you know what? We all get out. We all get out. We have a job. We get out of the house. And for stay-at-home moms, I do think that's important. They're like, hey, I need a break. I need to go out and have some adult time. Yeah, it's different, but I think it's important for them.
I think that's,
but I'm like
absolutely.
you. If I've got free time, I want to be with my kids.
Absolutely. This is why I started my business, because when I have free time, I don't want to put pictures in the album. I want to be with my child, teaching and learning from my child. I mean, he teaches me so much.
Don't they? They always do.
You know, and so I just think, you know,
great advice.
And look good. I think it's, you know, we should look good for our children. We always go out and dress up.
That's a good example.
Good role models.
And I think dress up for your kids. It's important for kids. I mean, the best compliments I get when my son says, "Mommy, you look pretty." I'm like,
I know, it's funny. Aren't kids great? Even when you look like a peg, they go, "Mommy, you look so pretty." I'm like,
we have to thank you.
We gotta go. But thank you. Great advice.
So much. You know.